Oh, I have to write that decimal wise. Okay. All I did, I basically zoomed it. So maybe 6.5 is going to do even better. Sometimes you need to zoom on the graph to see it. If you, let me also do something about these units. Format axis. Let me see, labels. I want only one digit on that number. And let me see. Maybe have these units as, let's have this 2 digits then. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing on the rewards. Just 1 digit is good enough. I'm not going to worry about minimum or maximum. And I want to add labels that are different chart styles you can use. Oops. Or add chart element. I'm gonna add an axis title. Minimize risk. I can make that a bit bigger, bolder, and maybe have some sort of shade. Okay. Now you can do all other things on the chart elements, but one of the things I want to do here, it looks like we're kind of turning right about here. So first, I'm gonna choose the series. If you right-click and format data series, I want to make that a solid line, a bit thicker, and maybe make it red. Maybe plot area, it lives, the fill, it has a kind of light yellow. Charts are typically very useful when you try to communicate information very quickly and effectively to an audience. A lot of you guys may not know this. When you go for your doctorate, you write a dissertation, and you complete all sorts of requirements. You take classes typically for 2 years. You take what's called a comprehensive exam. It varies from program to program. Mine was a 10-hour exam. You basically got in 8 o'clock in the morning, and they said you have until 6 o'clock p.m. Nobody's proctoring it. They gave you 5 questions. You picked 3 of them. You basically wrote a lot of stuff. Some of it was problem solving, some of it was thinking about research, designing research work. But after that, you do your own research, that's dissertation, and you actually defend that dissertation. Once your advisor says you're ready, you go in front of your dissertation committee plus anybody who wants to come from public. It's open to public, and you defend it. A typical PhD student has anywhere from 40 to 80 slides in their dissertation defense. The trouble is, that's death by PowerPoint. Okay? It does two things. One, you allow people to kind of see minutia and attack you on that. Because some of the dissertation committee members, they rely on the chair. If the chair says it's fine, they're fine with it. But if you put a slide in front of their eyes and it immediately looks suspect, they're going to start attacking. My dissertation was, including everything, 210 pages. Text alone was 100 pages. The rest were charts and tables. Do you know how many slides I had in my dissertation defense? 15. Of those 15, 8 were charts. Because I can tell a lot of things on a chart. On a table, you basically put in general stuff. That is the highlight of your findings. On a chart, I can put a lot of information. I did not get a single question outside of my committee chair, and he did that only just to have a question, as he told me later. That doesn't mean my dissertation was better than anybody else's. I just made sure that I communicated everything without necessarily giving them a reason to get hung up on details. Any presentation that you make, whether it's PowerPoint or Excel or anything like that, it's going to have little flaws. It's normal. Nobody's perfect. Not even Einstein was perfect. He had a cosmological constant in his original equations because he couldn't comprehend the idea of universe would be expanding. But his equations needed some sort of constant to make sure that it was fixed. He calls that his biggest blunder once Hubble found out that the universe was expanding. So you don't put that constant in one of the slides if you're Einstein and you're presenting it. Of course, there were no PowerPoints during Einstein times. It just comes out and does its thing, but that's the lesson. So we're going to use graph functions to kind of highlight stuff. In addition to formatting a data series, you can also format a given data point. You click on a series once, it selects the series. Click on that point again, it selects that data point. So I'm going to click on that format data point. First, I'm going to change the color. I'm going to make that purple. Actually, let's make that green. Dark green. That was the line. I want the marker to be dark green as well. And I want that to be a little bit big. Now you're communicating that something is special about that. You could also do the following. Select the data point again. You can add a data label or data callout. By default, it puts the labels or the numbers. But you could put something else. I'm going to call this the point of no return. It's my data point. I can call it anything I want. You could actually move this around. Come on. Okay. Now, let's look at some of the portfolios here. We already know by definition, by looking at the numbers, these portfolios, this was A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. I could have labeled it, but I'm not going to. Let's think about a portfolio here. A portfolio where its minimized risk is 0.80 and its desired reward is 0.4. Can you say without any doubt that that portfolio is inefficient? I'm right here. Okay? I mean, I could have put a point there. I'm just choosing not to. How can you say that it's inefficient?
You're taking on extra risk for the lower target